what we'll do is we'll start and people will join us as time goes on. So you ready, Jane, to go? Okay. Oh, we are recording. Hi, I'm Debbie. I'm with Festivals and Events Ontario. And welcome to Tuesday Talks, to a snowy Tuesday Talks in Ontario. So today we have Susan Patterson with us, who is with SPG Consulting. And Susan, welcome for joining us and for doing this with us. You're welcome. So Susan's with SPG Consulting. Well, you know, Susan, why don't you tell us who you are and then we can get going.
You betcha. So SPG Consulting has been around since 1997. My background has been in this world of assessments since the early 1990s. And I'm a big believer in people should know who they are and what gifts or skills they bring to the table. So I've been doing this since the early 1990s, and I gotta tell you that Personality Dimensions is where I am right now. It's a Canadian-owned company, and it's it helps you create a common language for individuals and groups. And today we're going to focus on reading the room.
I love that subject, reading the room. If we can, because I know I personally, I go about my life, and then when I stumble, you know, I'm working with somebody or come across somebody in life that I can't quite connect with, it kind of throws me for a loop. So since I've done your course, it's really helped me. So why don't you tell us a bit about Read the Room? Because for me, when I talk to people, it gives me a better understanding, like trying to understand who they are, so I can give them the information that they need in the way they need it.
Absolutely, that is key. Let me just start my share. All right. So, and let's get this, let me describe how this is going to work and how it works in your life, and also how you can even use this. And honestly, this is a very simple assessment. And once I give you the clues on reading the room, you'll be able to start to realize where people are coming from and what their needs are. So welcome, and yep.
We see two PowerPoints on here. We see the welcome, and then we see the read the room.
Oh, okay. So what's happening is you're reading my notes. Okay, so.
That's hilarious.
All right, let me just do this. Oh. Okay, I totally got out of it. Okay, hang on, guys.
Okay.
Talk among yourselves.
I think we were just seeing your preview screen, your up next screen on the right-hand side.
Yep. Okay.
If it's in presenter mode, then maybe we would just see what you want us to see.
All right, so I just love technology and the slowness of my computer today. Let me go back here. All right, I'm back. Okay, let us begin. And if you see my notes, oh well, that's just the way it flies today.
go.
How are we doing?
We're looking good.
All righty. So welcome again, everyone, and I really appreciate that you're here with us today. The topic today, using the format of personality dimensions, we're going to read the room. So how can you succeed and thrive in the challenging work that exists today? One way is by understanding yourself and those around you so that you can maximize your success in the workplace. Are you struggling to understand people's intentions? And would you like to know how to interpret unconscious and nonverbal signals? In all of these situations, the power to read another person can be an advantage by drawing on some of the oldest and most scientifically useful systems for understanding human nature. Today, we're going to look at just one piece of the pie in the factors of appraising an individual. As individuals, we have many parts of our makeup, but today we're going to just focus in on the personality traits. This morning, in a workshop that takes at least 3 hours, I'm just going to give you a taste of color. So starting over 2,500 years ago by Hippocrates, these temperaments, or humors as they were called, are part of our personality makeup and have been studied by applied practitioners like Carl Jung in his book Psychology Types, Myers-Briggs in their Myers-Briggs Temperament Inventory in 1962, David Keirsey in 1978 when he wrote a book, Please Understand Me, and put in it Keirsey's temperament disorder. Don Lowry was the instigator of the assessment True Colors, Linda Burns in her temperament targets, and in 2003, the rollout of personality dimensions. Personality dimensions identifies 4 classic temperaments as inquiring greens, organized gold, resourceful oranges, and authentic blues to identify distinctive perspectives and personalities. So the basics of this, and they're important, is that everybody has a blend of all 4 colors, and that all 4 colors are equally good, all have strengths and all have weaknesses. The thing to remember that this is simply a tool to understand your own strengths and weaknesses, to recognize and understand the strengths and preferences of others, to improve communications and interpersonal relationships, and also to recognize that differences are gifts, not faults. So, are you paying attention? All of us, to some degree, are not paying attention. We allow our perceptions to be affected by our judgments so that we don't see all there is to see. Our presence of mind will determine whether you see everything there is to see. So what do you see? Do you notice everything there is to see? A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Did you miss the double the? Then you're not seeing what there is to see. So learning to read the room will teach us how to interpret appearances, body language, communication, and the disposition of others. So I would like you to look at the cards, and can you identify with one in particular? Let's look at inquiring greens. Their core value is knowledge and competence. They're the problem solvers, the idea people in your life. They see the big picture. They avoid redundancy. They like technical information and analysis. They focus on concepts and ideas and not very focused on people relationships. Or are you a resourceful orange whose core value is freedom? They're the troubleshooters in your life, the action people. They're motivators, fast talkers. They value speed and offer ingenious solutions. Enjoys troubleshooting, gets excited by variety, sometimes leaves things unfinished, likes to compete, and they bring play into work. Or are you an organized gold? Your core value is belonging through duty and responsibility. They are advisors and organizers. They're the structured people in your life. They prefer concrete and objective information. They appreciate tradition and history. They are thorough and prepared, loyal and consistent, good at details and finishing tasks. They may be impatient with delays, and they work before they play. Or are you an authentic blue? Your core value is relationships and self-actualization. You're a supporter and a helper, a people. Relationship focused, a neutral communicator, enjoys collaboration and participation, enjoys challenge and prefers variety, remembers to invite others. So what's your preference? Are you a resourceful orange, where let's seize this opportunity? Free moving, active, energetic. They believe in experience, challenge, and variety. Or are you an inquiring green? Have the knowledge and experience. Your body language is reserved, cool, calm, and perhaps distracted. You believe in self-improvement, ambition, and innovation. Or are you an organized gold? I am prepared and reliable. My body language is good posture, alert, and composed. I believe in tradition, service, and stability. Or are you an authentic blue? I care and listen. My body language is open, welcoming, and use of touch. And I believe in meaning, support, and the greater good. Read the Room can help you determine others' personality types to motivate and develop more effective teams. Everyone is different in a fundamental way and is a unique individual. It is not about the one size fits all in what we think, what drives us, our hopes, or our dreams. People are different from each other, and no amount of getting after them is going to change them. People are motivated by their own reasons, not yours. There's no reason to change them because the differences are probably good. Everyone brings gifts to the table. Thank you.
Susan.
And yeah, no, thank you. So that was just a taste.
Go ahead.
And just a bit of a taste of reading the room.
Right. So in this, how can, once you identify your primary color, how can you, I guess I know what it's done for me. It's made me see that, like you said, not one size fits all. Where can you use this?
Anywhere. You can absolutely positively use this assessment anywhere. It's simple, it's easy to understand, and you get it right away. And you can start with the, using the things that you've learned right away. It's immediate. It's in relationships. We've done marriage courses. We've done conflict resolution. We've done team building. We have done, just to brighten your primary color. Although you are a combination of all the colors, you're going to recognize and see different things in every color that relates to you. You're coming out with one primary color, that's for sure. So
and so you have a dominant color.
Yes.
That's essentially who you are. Do the other colors fluctuate or?
Yes. Temperament theory is rooted in a sociology environment rather than a psychology environment. So depending on the environment that you're in, depends on what color is needed in that environment. I can be as knowledgeable and competent as I need to be to learn the styles and or the assessment, because I am an assessment queen. Moving forward, I can bring up all the skills of those colors, those 4 colors, temperament colors, in the moment. I am a different person at home, and what I need at home, raising a family or in my career, than I am socially. And whereas I'm in a relationship, I could be different. I believe, and I'm backed by this, that your primary color does not change. It's just how you present yourself is based on your secondary colors in the moment.
So that's just interesting, because I know when I first did it, one of my colors was, my primary color stays steady. It doesn't really move. I've noticed in a couple of the assessments I've done, but my secondary one shifts around a bit. And
absolutely.
Okay, all right, depending, because I know the first time I did it, I was in, as many of the people here know, planning conference. And so I had a strong gold come up, but when I did it again recently, I was a secondary color of orange. So I think that's interesting. Hey, okay, go ahead.
So I was just going to say, so when I was raising a family and working, I mean, my primary color, it stayed the same. And my gold absolutely came up because I needed to schedule people. I needed to make sure that people were there on their time. There was a lot of organization that went on in my household. And now, when my family has gone now, I'm not responsible for them anymore. I have a role as a lay chaplain. And I have to be present, and not that I'm other colors aren't present, in the sense that I have to empower the person that's in front of me, because I do weddings, I do funerals, I'm involved in rituals like baby dedications. So it's like my blue has come up and my gold has, you know, settled down a little bit. My primary color, though, remains the same.
And how has this worked for you? And how can it work for us in our workplace? Because with event planners, it's, you know, they're buried in their work.
Yeah, absolutely. And to understand who in your team, what skills they can bring to the table, as far as you know, a green personality can get the concept together, will do the research, and a blue personality will bring it all together for the team. An orange personality will get out there and sell it, and a gold personality will make sure that it's completed. So there's that circle of strength that goes on within, you know, the people you work with, your sponsors, your volunteers, the people just in your work environment.
Okay. So has, that's all my questions. Does anybody else have anything that they'd like to ask Susan? Like, unmute yourself and come forward. I mean, I just wonder, like, you've been working with people, helping rehabilitate them. How has that helped you help them?
So,
like, how did you not get frustrated with people?
I think you just kind of do. Then you just kind of go in and say, yeah, that's where they're coming from. That's what's important to them. And it's not about my agenda and being the same as me. It's about who they are and you know, what they believe in. So SPG Consulting has there's a personality dimensions called personality dimensions in retirement. And we have decided that we will focus in on the retirement part of personality dimensions, because people, what I found in my career was people are what they do. So when you don't do anymore, who are you? So there's just a real great need for working with people who are going to retire, or who have just retired, or who have been retired for a while. This in itself in retirement is a career. This is a job where you go into a retirement career at the ages of maybe 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. So you could have anywhere between 35 and like 30 to 20 years of retirement going on, and people just don't know what to do in that. So learning about who you are and what your likes are and what your strengths are can, you know, move you forward into either a volunteer situation, or, you know, I'm noticing that people right now actually have to supplement their retirement income. So why not work in a job that you love and have a passion for? Because your day's just going to go real fast if you're working in something that you love, rather than just bringing the bacon home and it's about survival and about, you know, that piece of, you know, being stable. Now's an opportunity to do what you love.
Jane asked, could you discuss body language and how to tell who is struggling or engaged?
Oh, so someone out of esteem, it would be, Well, that's two different questions, actually. Struggling is out of esteem. So it would be the opposite of the body language would be for a blue, very open. They're right there. They will use touch. They will use caring language. The body language, or like for an orange that's in esteem, you know, they're bouncy, like Tigger, kind of. And they, you know, bring you into the action. You know, they're fun loving. They are, you know, joking. They use the most recent words, like, you know, yo, and stuff like that. Inquiring green, when they're in esteem, I mean, inquiring greens walk head first. They're always putting agendas together. There's always something to learn. There's always something to find out. And organized golds, I mean, just because an organized gold shuts their door, it doesn't necessarily mean they're snobs. It means that they have to complete their jobs. The task that's in front of them. They are the scheduled people. It's 10:15, and we need to get to that meeting by 10:30. And the opposite would be that when they're out of esteem.
So meaning the gold would
different workshop.
Okay.
And it causes conflict, right? When people aren't acknowledging you for who you are, it might be causing some conflict with those two relationships.
Okay. Shelley said, we hold a PD workshop with our event management students at the beginning of the academic year. We have found it very useful for group work and to better understand team members, colleagues, peers when planning their team events. That's, yeah. Shelley, did you want to say anything more about that, or?
Well, I was just going to say, to add to that, is that we use this as a tool so they can exactly read the body language, understand why different people are acting the way they act, or why they make decisions and the choices that they do, if they procrastinate, or their caring levels are not the same as what their other colleagues and their team members are. And we said that you're going to have to think about this when you move into industry, such as now into the event planning industry, is that how can they then be able to be effective team members or a team leader by utilizing the benefits of their colors. And, you know, don't take offense. I guess we try to say, don't color bash somebody, because
Yeah.
we're all a blend of the colors, as Susan has said, but they have to respect that individuality. And when they're out in an office environment or planning an event, don't bash another person, because guess what? That's just because they're a green person and you are an orange. So, you know, you got to have compliments there.
And there are compliments. And both oranges and inquiring greens are very competitive. Just the motivation's very different. Even organized golds and greens are really concrete people. They, you know, get to the facts, ma'am, and authentic blues and greens. So, you know, they're visionary people. Again, the motivation's just a little different. But, and when you have this kind of, and I love that you're onboarding with this, in every year, like, people need to be reminded that they're just amazing, and they're a part of an amazing team moving forward. And using this as a base, you can go anywhere with it, as far as the, you know, better team building or better communications, or this is what we need to do to make our work more effective. And even in event planning, you have to talk to the person in front of you. You have to kind of guess where they're coming from and give them the what they need. Like golds need guarantees and you know, what's the background? What are your qualifications? Oranges need fun and like what kind of fun activity will this bring? And blues just make sure that everybody's kind of taken care of as far as the product itself.
Thanks, Shelley. So Kyle says, I'm curious about your work with people in retirement and understanding adjustment for people who are what they do can help folks who may not be doing what they normally do because of their pandemic. How can this help people who are in their pause in what they do?
So yeah, we're in very kind of strange worlds right now because of the pandemic. And so there is a component of personality dimensions that has wellness and balance. And it is about what can we do? What can we put in place to make our environment more balanced? What can we do to make our lives a lot more balanced? And working with, it's kind of interesting in working with retired people one-on-one. I think people are finding this this time for exploration. So I think that this is a more of a positive side. For the people that I am working with and talking to, that they're just really taking some time to find out, you know, it's kind of like we took a step back, and to move forward, let's find out who we are and what we like and what is important in our lives moving forward. Hopefully that answered the question.
Yes, it did. Absolutely. Thank you.
Anything else? Anybody? Any comments? Okay. Well, that will end the Tuesday Talks with FEO. Susan, thanks so much for doing this with us, giving us a really condensed glimpse of what Personality Dimensions does and what SPG Consulting can do for us. So I want to thank you so much, and we'll see you all again on our next Tuesday Talks. Next week is Daryl Sherman, who is from the LGBTQ Chamber of Commerce and talking about diversity in events. So I hope you'll join us. Thanks very much, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.